Three, two, one, and go. Okay, welcome back, guys, to the project here. I wish here with another slice of life sort of video. What you see is what you get. And here are the topics at hand. More accumulated food, but I want to say this less of we're gonna cover a new idea here, right? Things are getting a little bit monotonous. I think I should enunciate myself a little more properly after receiving some feedback from someone who watches regularly. And thanks for always dropping by and be a young cousin. But I think it's very important that I change up the routine once in a while. And we're always on this pursuit to improve and grow and make the project better, of course. It's just that other things in life have gotten in the way and become a far greater priority. But thankfully, this project is very self-reflective, and so as a result, many things that we do here on the project is itself a part of life, and so the project, by virtue of being about life, is also incorporated in the content itself. And so, long story short, I want to say that basically there's this idea going on behind that I've been staving off for at least a year, where I want to break down the week. You just want to schedule different types of content or different types of video podcasts or videos or podcasts or blogs. Say, every Tuesday is a certain type of video, every Saturday is a certain type of video. One might be on comments from people who drop by and tell me stories and respond to that. Another one might be like a Q&A, that kind of stuff. And then another one's more like maybe on a Saturday we can do like a reaction video or so on and so forth. And then the rest of the videos are just kind of like daily life, slice of life type stuff. And they all still revolve around a central theme. So that's something I wanted to discuss a little bit further. But first of all, that's sort of the main topic, I guess. I wanted to mention that because, the first big questions that start a video podcasts are, what's the main highlight of your day? What was important to you? What do you guys want to share? What you thought was generally positive or significant? Secondly, what's you want to vent? Maybe just a little bit not too happy, but you want to get off your chest to make you feel better. If there isn't, that's great. If there is, you should probably mention it in a way that's confidential and private. Don't reveal too many details. And thirdly, of course, that question that you also able to be swapped out for something that's just kind of more humorous. You could throw out a joke or a meme. The third one is if there's anything related to this video topic itself. It's important to mention that yes, there's some food here, but I want to tie it in to a scheduled theme, and that theme is basically storytelling specifically with respect to relationships with people who you care about spending time, whether it's someone new you met or someone you've come back into contact with after a while of not seeing them, old friends and new friends, acquaintances, and so on and so forth, someone closer. Storytelling about that. That is kind of the topic of this particular video. I want to cover all the objects, all the items that kind of remind me of that place. So that's that. Again, you can swap it out for a meme, for a funny joke as well. So first of all, the first topic that we're going to try to divide this live stream into 3 portions. We don't usually, for this video podcast, 3 portions. This is going to drag on longer, at least 15 to 20 minutes, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time, things will be interesting. So the first portion I want to talk about is that idea of scheduling and trying to move to that phase, because I think it's really important. Even though I put the project daily tasks, the project itself is generally a lower priority compared to planning things out, hiring contractors, and getting new employment after I left my previous job, and so on and so forth. The second portion is going to be covering the actual items, right? The actual physical food that was showing right there for the thumbnail. And then the third portion will be covering the paperwork, the receipts. Now, usually we do all the receipts at one video, all the food packaging in one video, and storytelling in that as well. And it's usually not an idea, but we're going to put it all together because we just don't have time to fool around with stuff. Because here's a main, I guess, the fourth point I'm just going to say right off the bat is that because I'm hiring all the contractors and there's a certain organizations that are helping me to move in, move out, and switch things around, I really do have to take certain photographs of the setup of furniture that I'm going to be moving. As a result of moving out the furniture and having to take photographs and measure everything for the service, I need to get this all cleaned up. Okay? So it has to happen immediately, and I can't be making too many videos. I don't have time for that anyways. So we're gonna start off with the idea, right? It's very short. I already elaborated pretty much about it. But basically, I want to split up the week into 1 to it's already, even if you hop over to the Twitch live stream, what you will see, for those of you who don't know, Twitch live stream at HN_RHO, or maybe there's no underscore, I don't know. I can't remember anymore the tag. But you pop over there, the live stream is literally just says Marathon 24/7, and the title is broken down to security footage, into storage improvement, and then there's another one as well, I can't remember. I think it's sleep and rest. But I just segment the day right into security footage.
Click or tap the banner to learn more.
Because
Please enter our process responsibly.
Sleep, because sleep is important, but it's just kind of one of those like fun, kind of silly streams that people used to do. Then there's kind of like stoic self-development type stuff, which is obviously far more practical. But even there, you can tell that I tried to segment, and sorry about the ad, I just see it now. I'm trying to be more mindful now whenever there's an ad playing. I try to mute it. But basically, there's segmentation into the live stream, and I should be doing that obviously to the types of content that I didn't have different types of content of until very recently. Or I did, but they're just kind of, they just come and go. So sometimes food, sometimes this. That's why it's slice of life. It still is going to be slice of life, but hopefully there's more, continuity. I mean, there's more, there's more thought and organization and more structure into the way of doing things. Because obviously we can't just continue to do things the way that we are doing things now. It's not very effective, honestly. People hop in, but they don't even know what the whole project's all about for the most part. There are some people who just drop by and already get the idea, but for the most part, people come here with a purpose. So I do have to be mindful of that as well. And so that's something I'm thinking about. I'm going to add a little bit more structure. I'm not going to stray too far from the roots of covering daily life events, because that's actually what I want to do. So keeping true to myself there, I'm never really going to stray away from that, but recognizing that other people will appreciate the structure. That's just kind of common sense, right? I think every channel has some sense of structure. My project just has very little structure, in fact. So that's something I'm going to try to accommodate. And when I do, have that set out, like the schedule, maybe, Tuesday, Fridays will be on some sort of like upkeep or storytelling. I'll maybe try to post that up, but it's going to take a while. So why don't we just get to the actual items themselves now? So I was holding the actual material, so we're going to do some storytelling now. I'm holding on to, first let's cover these food related items, which are just the chopsticks. And we have at least 4 of these chopsticks here, disposable chopsticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they come from a supermarket called Foodie Mart, which is a Chinese supermarket meant for, it's a more affordable one. It sells food that's generally cheaper, but obviously it's more fatty, more oily, just not as healthy, deep fried stuff. I went there on, I believe, last Friday, because my friend, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get a little bit annoyed because it feels a little bit clingy, but he's going through a rough time. I think that's kind of natural. He has a job that's really very tight on schedules. We're not demanding, they're tight. It's very inconvenient scheduling, like for example, certain night shifts, and then having to work on the weekends. Long story short, he called me up, and I was like, do we have to? But I was like, all right. So we went there, and we had a nice dinner, nice meal together. Just something really affordable for both of us right now. We're tight on budget right now. I think a lot of people are actually. But we have some chopsticks here, and that's where they're from. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we purchase? It's like some deep fried, I know it sounds weird, but deep fried eggplant with meat. There was some more appetizing stuff, like the deep fried like some chicken patties and stuff like that, well seasoned with black pepper. Yeah, and then he bought like tofu pudding. I had some green tea, some kind of like herbal tea. Anyways, it cost about like $15 for me, $12 for him. Put this to the side. I'm gonna stash this away in the back pocket. Generally, I do bring this out with me to inside a bag so that I can use it whenever I need to go outdoors. So what else was I holding on to? And for the record, here's, I say herbal tea. So this came with it as well. This is the tea that I was talking about. It tastes disgusting, honestly. I don't know what it says. It's in simplified Chinese. Even if it's Chinese, if it's simplified, I can't read it. I wasn't taught how to read that. But anyways, it looks like some sort of yeah, I can't read it at all. But it's low on sugar. That's the only thing that I will keep in mind. The whole bottle is about roughly 23 grams of sugar. So that's why I had to read. This had to be recycled, obviously. Next, I gotta slow down. I gotta recognize how bad it is. I was just listening to the podcast that somebody commented on yesterday, and I want to get back to that comment. But I realized when I talk too quickly, or when I talk too quickly, it's very hard to listen to, even for me. I'm not being very mindful of that, obviously. Sometimes there's just too much to do, but I'm going to try to be more mindful of that. Next thing as well, also worth mentioning, is this is not actually food material, but I do want to cover it because I dropped by. Okay, here's some groceries. Let's take care of that first. So first of all, there's this peanut punch, and then there was also, I believe, this Grace plantain chips. So both of these I just kind of picked up because I'm looking for something quick to eat, not too large. This one has a lot of fiber. It's about 9 grams of fiber for the whole package. That's phenomenal. It's only 85 grams for 9 grams of fiber. That's why I buy it. And it costs for about $1.50. Peanut punch costs about $1.50 as well, but this one's significantly less healthy. 25 grams of sugar, horrible. Just a snack. So this needs to be recycled, and here the chips need to be finished and thrown in the garbage. Okay, what else needs to be covered? Okay, looking at the back here, there's some
Live fully this summer with the new Kia Seltos.
No, here's also from the Chinese supermarket. I didn't see that I actually kept it with me. One of the things I bought with my buddy over the Chinese supermarket, Foodie Mart, is this Tianjin Chinese hamburger. It's not really a hamburger. It's called a hamburger. It's actually a wrap. So it's like an almond wrap. On the inside is some deep fried dough that you usually put inside conch or dough. Can't remember what it's called. I don't want to pull up right now because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but yeah, I can't remember. Anyways, the point is, it was kind of bland. There was really just a little bit of seasoning with the deep fried dough inside and omelet wrap, and he's like, man, this tastes like shit. I'm like, yeah, it does kind of taste like shit. I have kind of lower standards, so yeah. So anyways, this needs to be recycled as well, and it was a bit expensive for tasting like shit, by the way. It was like $6. So I'm going to just close this. And, so we have several cartridges already here that we can stay for recycling. We have this cartridge for the Tianjin wrap. We have, I don't know what I call hamburger. We have this here for Domino's, like, oh, we haven't covered that yet. You can tell it's a messy video right from the get-go. But, we don't have a lot of time. So this is by far the most important thing. I will cover this at the same time that I cover this. Or maybe we won't. I'll leave this aside. We'll cover that then. No, we will. We'll cover it together. It makes a lot of sense to do so. It's gonna be a long video. Maybe it's gonna be 25 to 30 minutes actually. So this is a Domino's pizza. Be the first to learn about new offers. Let us know how you're doing. Domino's pizza, caution hot, made fresh, arrives. Domino's pizza, one of my favorite things. I mean, it's competing. So far, it's better than Pizza Hut in my opinion. Because of the variety of items they have. And actually I just like what they have on offer. Cinnasticks, plain cheesy bread. So what I bought, this was a storytelling aspect, right? So first of all, we already covered the fact that I was eating with a buddy. that's kind of the story for that. You know, it was after his workplace. He has a rough schedule. We came together, but this is probably the main highlight for this video. And I'm gonna try to slow it down, guys. I really am, because I recognize that it's very difficult for me to listen to. And this is a very important story. But basically, I was over by a plaza, like Diamond Plaza, and so on and so forth. And what I ended up doing there was I have my storage unit nearby that place, security storage, and I would go off to usually drop off some equipment, some stuff, or to retrieve some equipment. And at the same time that day, as I was leaving, I said, you know, I always wanted to try the Domino's pizza over there. And it was around, you know, 8 p.m. and I said, it's a bit late, but, you know I'm not going to make it somewhere else in time anyway. So I want to eat something, and I'm going to go grab and try out this Domino's pizza, because I was like, Domino's. I've only had Domino's like twice in my life, and I already know that's like one of my favorites because of their menu. And so I went there, and I had in mind some things I wanted to purchase. So this is one of them. It's bacon and jalapeno. Sounds great, right? No, it wasn't as good. It didn't live up to expectations, of course, but that's because anytime you hear bacon and jalapeno, that's just already, it gives you a sense of it's going to be amazing. So it kind of lifts up expectations a little bit higher. And it was pricey. It was like $10, $9.99, so $10. Me and the cashier had a little he's like, oh, it's $10. There's like, do you still want it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Had a little laugh over there, and then you know, I said it was like Saturday night or whatever. Also, in addition to this, I can't show you anymore because it's gone. It's away to someone else, like a sibling. And it was basically a pizza. Pizza was cheaper, by the way. It's funny, the pizza was actually, I think, $8.99 or something like that. I don't know, maybe $11. But the point is, the pizza cost less than the bacon bread itself. And the pizza was just a standard 2-topping pizza with it was like a combo. If you buy a 2-topping pizza, you get also like a dip and a discount on the pricing. So it had I believe I added green peppers and sausage, not sure. And then the base was the best part. So the base was creamy garlic. I should hold on to this. And the dipping sauce, again, which I can't show you because I gave it away and then it was thrown into the recycling bin, was marinara dipping sauce, which I always like to get because if you have a garlic creamy base, you know, it's very kind of thick and heavy, right? You want something that's also going to allow you to use the washroom. Basically, allows you to take a shit, right? You want to get some sort of vegetable. I usually think of marinara as being tomato paste. If you don't have anything else, it's better than. So that's that. And overall, I also bought another. I needed a drink. That's actually why I went to Domino's. I forgot to mention right at the very beginning. I wanted the root beer there, and it was for like $2.50 to $3 just for a 500 milliliter. So expensive, and it cost me like $25. And I was like, fuck, I'm spending a lot tonight. But that's that. Now, what's the main highlight though? Because all this doesn't seem to, well, you just talked about being thirsty and leaving your storage unit. So what's so, and just going to New Plaza, it doesn't seem all that important until you get to the end. Because after I purchased this and I walked outside, two things. First of all, I went to the food court because there's a food court nearby that Domino's pizza. And I was thinking, oh, logistically, can I go there to sit down and eat? And of course, I had a good feeling that I wasn't, because there were already like 5 or 6 different, you know, fat food court chains inside. And inside that food court chain, there was, you know, quite a few people already. It was like a dinner time, right? Like 8 p.m. And so on the sign also said, you know, no outside food. So I went in there since I gave an excuse. It said, oh, it doesn't seem to show me the hours of operation. They removed the numbers. It says hours of blank operation. So I went in, I said, you know, let's just, you know, be smart about this. Went in and I went over to Wow Kebabish. So Wow Kebabish is one of the chains inside. And I said, you know, I just want to ask the hours of the food court. When do you guys open? Helps for me because my storage unit is nearby. Then I can drop by over there just to grab a meal and just find a place to sold, because sometimes I need that to get away from this place where I am right now. And it was and still is to a very minimal degree now somewhat abusive. Before it was hectic, it was chaos, it was completely unlivable. But anyways, you know, I wanted to see if I could go there. And so it's great. Actually, the food court is open all the way until 12 midnight. But even better, the this chain. So that guy was really cool and really chill. Him and his colleague, and he came out. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Hours?" It's like, "Yeah, we're open all the way up to 3 a.m. So the food court closes at 12, but it's open to 3 a.m. So that's amazing, and I just want to give a little shout out to them because they do a great job here. Wow, kebabish. And he said, "Here, grab a menu," and he gave me a menu. I said, "All right, thanks, appreciate it." Late night snacks, great. We had a little chuckle, and then we parted ways. So BBQ kebabs, green BBQ chicken, red BBQ chicken, for $7.99. This is very affordable stuff nowadays, right? Everything's really expensive, but not them. And again, they're open until 3 a.m. So kebab wraps, kebab rice bowl, family kebab platter. Okay, that's that. What I'm gonna do is put that down, but that's the first main highlight of going to that Domino's Pizza location, is that their food court that opens until midnight, and places inside that are actually open until like 3 a.m. And so the next thing then, after I left the food court, and this is super, super important, is that I actually ran into an officer. And I was sitting out there after, okay, so I can't sit in the food court because it says no outside food. And then I know that I learned the hours of operation. And then I went to Domino's to await for my pizza. So I'm sitting down by the curb. This is inside the parking lot, right? And I'm waiting for, so the cashier, it's gonna be about 12 minutes to bake the pizza and everything. So I'm like, all right, we have some time here. We're just gonna sit down. I wish I had gone in and gotten the root beer. I didn't, but anyways, while I was outside, the best thing happened, and I kind of had sorry, I'm choking on some like banana chips. Gross. But the best thing happened because as I was walking down south over to the plaza to get to the Domino's, on the sidewalk I could see that there was a covert, police, what do you call it? It's like a cruiser. We call it police cruiser.